So Jermaine, Tuesday night, obviously a bit of bad weather and of course a bit of an accident on the M3 delayed things at the Mustard Seed Stadium for us this evening. But obviously facing Camberley Town, found themselves currently sitting in 13th place. How, first of all, what was the game plan going forward? Obviously the big man up front, already 15 goals up front this season. What were you thinking of the approach first of all this evening?
We knew we had to look after him. I think he scored 2 in his last game. But I think the game plan is just about us. We look at how we can hurt teams. We've got our own dangers, and we just wanted to know how we can affect and implement the game and really take it to them, being the home side. We've got to be well drilled about what they can do. We looked at them and obviously put some stuff in and around our players. But like I said, it was about us and how we can impose that.
And of course, from a manager perspective, the first half went brilliantly. Didn't it? 2 goals up inside the first 25, 30 minutes. Talk us through your thoughts on those team goals that basically at the end.
Yeah, I really like the first one. We talk about, in the way we play, getting in at the back post, and you're going to get that with Teo. Great ball in, by the way, and he's obviously got in front of his defender. We've taken the lead. There's a mental block that when we do go up. Most recently, we sort of sit in, but the most pleasing thing was we was on the front foot straight away and went and chased the second and deserved our lead. We got in at half time. Obviously, we're really happy with that.
And of course, second half, there was a bit of an early goal for Camberley, and then we sort of saw a bit of a change of formation for you. And what was sort of the thinking behind that?
We wanted to get an extra midfielder in there. We felt that we wasn't getting that second phase, so we was winning the first, and they just kept picking it up, and they were hurting us. It came probably from our own error. We're a little bit frustrating, and Gianluca, who we just spoke about, fair play to him, he's finished it off well. And I think there was a little bit of pressure. We just needed that extra body in there to settle us, that extra pass. And fair play to the boys that took on the information and got us over the line. And
of course, for periods of time in the game, in that second half, a little bit more perhaps scrappy than we were from what we saw in the first half. And obviously from that almost sort of moments of Fareham Town coming back into that 2-1 lead. So how important was it to score that third goal when Fleet did?
Yeah, credit to the boys. I mean, as soon as they've obviously conceded, it's Camberley on the front foot. They can smell blood, and it was important for that next 5-10 minutes that we sort of settled it. We tried to take this thing out of the game where we could. And again, it's a credit to this new group, the mentality to make good decisions. In that it was a bit scrappy, but we was making better decisions at times as well. And listen, it was always difficult. When you got the third goal, you're thinking, over the line. These lot are going to give me a heart attack. I think really I have to look at it back, but you can see from a set play, and we've been quite good from them. A bit frustrating, but listen, we've got to give credit to the boys. They held on. A little bit naive from us. We had a few young boys out there at the end, but got over the line.
Yeah. So final score then finished 3-2. Obviously some fantastic sort of set pieces done by Fleet to link up some players. Is that something you've been working on the training ground?
Yeah, massively. We've got the ingredients to do it now. So I'm big on set pieces. Games are won and lost through set pieces, and most recently we've won a few games and had success for them. We're probably a bit of a target now. People, they know it's coming in your box. They obviously know what we're about, but we won't disappoint them. It's just important we're effective. We're looking at new ways to obviously hurt teams, and like I say, we've got the ingredients, so we're utilising it, and it's coming off at the minute.
And of course, I believe that's 8 goals in 3 league games. And of course, 2 wins in the space of 3 or 4 days. Things are sort of going on an upward trajectory at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, listen, fair play to the football club, Caroline, and all the behind the scenes getting the game on. There's a lot of games called off, and I really looked at it as a game in hand and one that I really wanted on. And fair play to the pitch. She might not thank me for looking at the minute, but we've gone and obviously taken advantage of our game in hand, and like you say, good little record going, a couple of wins back to back. And the boys are unbeaten, but it's important that, we obviously stay grounded. It's my job to make sure that, we're not too high, never too high, never too low. But listen, again, they'll enjoy it, and rightly so. I don't think they've won a home game this season. So, another monkey off our back, and like I said, it's a new group. Absolutely delighted for them. Haven't got much voice left, but, I'm sure some of the boys will sleep well tonight.
And of course, at the moment, no games Saturday, so does that give us a bit longer to sort of prepare for the sort of next game, which is, I think, over in a week's time?
Yeah, that was the thinking behind it. We looked at the schedule. We did try and get a game on, but we can use this to our advantage. There's some bumps and bruises. And I said to the boys, you know, leave everything out there. You know, we knew we obviously got the little break with Balham coming on the 21st, I believe, our next home game. And so I'll obviously go and watch them, and we'll be well drilled going into that. But I think the big thing is for us to, you know, recover well, enjoy it, and then, like I said, I think the big thing is belief. You know, we've worked so hard. The application, the boys have been brilliant. A pleasure of a group to work with. The mentality shift, the culture. You can see them at the end. The supporters again. Credit to them, they started singing when they felt there was pressure at 2-1, and I think that changed things as well. So, you know, like I said, I'm really, really delighted.
Yeah, and obviously the weather's not been great this evening, but how great was it to have such a big sort of 12th man ultimately on the pitch this evening? The crowd were brilliant, weren't they? Yeah, the connection they have with the players already, you know, it's great to see, and the boys are buying into it. And like I said, for Tuesday night, you know, we got some good numbers, and we appreciate it. We appreciate it, and long may that continue. You know, I'd like to think that, you know, we can get as many as possible down there. You can hear them, I'm hoping they're enjoying watching Fleet at the minute. And then my final question for you, Jermaine, this evening, and something I'm going to throw at you, which we're going to start doing a little bit more in our post-match interviews. I'd be interested to see who the manager's player of the match was this evening. I'll give it to, I think Nathan Rodgers was brilliant. I'll give it to Nathan because, you know, he's probably not had the minutes he'd like under me. He's come in, and I've asked him, you know, really to play a certain role and to change, and I think he was brilliant. And, you know, his energy levels today, driving us on, winning free kicks, again, a young boy, you know, against men, if you like, and I think that will do him the world of good. But that just shows where we're at. That shows where we're at. Boys are coming in. You know, we've had 1 or 2 out today, and I said to them before the game, you know, really wanted it on, not fast. We've got a squad, we've got a collective. So yeah, Nath, he'll be happy to hear that if he watches this back. Jermaine, thank you very much for your time. Really well done on the big win. 3-2, Fleet Town versus Camberley Town. Cheers, thank you.